gentlemen, that was a compelling day of Ashes Test cricket. We saw some helter-skelter activity over in Perth. We didn't quite know what to make of it, but that was traditional, hard-fought Vaughnie. It was gutsy, gritty from Joe Root. What do you make of the day? England ahead.
Well, brilliant from Mitchell Starc, but today's all about Joe Root. His first Test century here in Australia. It's his 30th innings, back batting down under. This England side needs some glue. They need some attritional play in the middle. He's the best for a reason. That he can cope with the pressure. He had the technique today. I don't think it was easy at stages. You know, he comes in so early. England are 2 wickets down. We're all thinking back to Perth and the collapses. And he just has played a masterclass in terms of technique, mindset, rotation of strike, knowing when to score at the right times. And that partnership at the back end there with Gilchrist just has taken England just slightly ahead in this Test match. But he's a special player, but he's a special human being as well. He'll be just thinking in that dressing room now, I've got my first 100, but more importantly, I've put my team in a good position. And that's why he plays for England. That's why he goes out and scores runs for England. His real kind of focus is making sure he puts his team on the front foot in a good position. He's done that brilliantly today.
Yeah, the highlights of that magnificent century. Thanks to Harvey Norman, this was the moment. This is perhaps the armband there, a tribute maybe to Robin Smith, the 3 lines and then the acknowledgement to the team. I don't know if he's saying, what took me so long, who knows, but there was no doubting Brett Lee, his greatness prior to this innings. It just elevates him that little bit higher.
Oh, definitely. I mean, his record period is phenomenal, but he's proved here today to the Australian public how good he is. He can do it anywhere now. He can say he's ticked off every single box. He scored 100 at every sort of venue or country that he's played in. He played proper Test cricket today, and then the last half an hour we saw glimpses of him going into a T20 form, which was brilliant. So there's a lot of us questioning up in the commentary box, should they have made the declaration? Should have been worth 2 or 3 wickets, but I reckon they've put themselves in the box seat now.
Yeah, well, the guy that put Australia in such a dominant position early was Mitchell Starc. He's, it's his 3rd 5 in his last 4 bowling efforts for Australia. His pink ball dominance continues. Vaughnie, he just seems to have England rattled at the top of the order there.
Yeah, and you've got to add into the equation, there's no Pat Cummins and no Josh Hazlewood, so he's leading an attack that's got a little bit of inexperience. And you pretty much know inside the first spell he's going to put the ball in the right area. He's got to be getting the ball moving around. There was a few iffy shots. England have probably got to look at their approach to Mitchell Starc in some ways, that they don't need to go attacking him because he's generally going to try and attack them. But he's a wonderful bowler. I thought from the first couple of overs in Perth, he just had, you know more than me, Brett, about bowling fast, but he just had the flow, the rhythm from that first spell in Perth.
Yeah, it was his run-up, and he might need some physio on that right shoulder from holding the ball up the last couple of weeks. He's been constantly holding up that ball, but look, his rhythm is spot on. I noticed it over in Perth, just his approach to the crease. I said that he'd make a great 400-metre sprinter. Beautiful approach.
How would his body be? Does 16 wickets nullify any pain? Are you just sort of flying on air, floating along, or is it sitting down? And he did look a fraction tender and ginger at the back end of that.
It hurts less when you get FIFA, I can promise you. But his body was very sore. The good thing is he did have a decent break between the first and second test. He didn't bowl a lot of overs in that first test because they were knocked over in 2 days. But he'll be sore now. He'll get an opportunity to come out tomorrow and try and get that last wicket, or at least wrap it up super quick, and then hopefully have a day and a half in the sheds, feet up and just relaxing.
Last 4 tests, 27 wickets at 11. They are under 12 numbers, but he's been dominating Mitchell Starc. It's time to look at the session tracker thanks to IG Share Trading. This is where we monitor who had the upper hand in each session, and, well, that was entertainment plus Michael Vaughn and Brett Lee. 5 for 129 in one session. You cannot complain about the entertainment factor. It was Jofra and Joe at the back end that closed it out. And let's just see what it means across the day. Well, England with their nose in front. I think that's fair representation. Australia and England split the second 2 sessions, but that first session set it up nicely for them.
Yeah, they played out. Zach Crawley came out and played beautifully. They lost a couple of early wickets. I think we all were probably in the commentary box thinking, here we go. England are going to get rolled. And then, obviously, the partnership with Joe Root and Zach Crawley just settled England's nerves. And in the afternoon, Harry Brook came out and played a few nice strokes. Then he played a big shot, and we thought, OK, that's a typical Harry Brook style get out, and then Ben Stokes gets run out and think, oh no, and then Jamie Smith gets bowled. You think England will get bowled out for 210, 220. The one thing I'll say about this England side is that they always keep pressing.
Yep.
They always keep pressing, they never go away, and they come back into a test match very, very quickly, and that's exactly what happened in that last hour.
Yeah, that 61-run partnership being unbroken. Would you prefer to be in England's position, or as they are? Would you say, as an England player, if you're one of those, would you prefer to have Australia 2 down for maybe 280 on the board?
Well, that's the conundrum, isn't it? I probably would have said 2 wickets down for 270 on the board, but now they're a chance to go to 350. So we're chatting off air that as a fast bowler too, you have to go back and do the warm-ups tomorrow morning, ice bath in the morning, try and have a good night's sleep. But Australia need to fire. They need to get that 1 wicket super quick. England, they get it 350, Vaughnie.
Oh, yeah.
Game on.
Oh, England has certainly got the noses in front, but I still think it's a good pitch.
Yep.
You know, this pink ball went soft today, and there was times when batting looked very, very easy, and then there was periods where the ball started to zip around a bit and you had to be circumspect. The most impressive thing for England today was they went up and down in the gears.
Yeah.
Last week it was just 5th gear, throttle forward. Today I saw a different tempo, and that's purely down to the number 4. When he's out there, he dictates the play.
They didn't blow their clutch out today, which was good.
No, he dictates it, and he'll knock it around, and he'll talk to the batter at the other end. I think Joe Root out in the middle sends a calmness, not just to the partner at the other end, but to that dressing room watching. He is the absolute key to this batting lineup.
And to all of England, he sent a nice message back home, a nice fight back from England after the debacle over in Perth. 9 for 325, and we'll be back to do it all again tomorrow. We thank you for your viewership, but today it was Joe's day. We'll see you tomorrow on Fox Cricket.